Hello everybody and welcome to The Last Word, an RPG Maker game about always having the last word in a conversation. Yeah, the concept sounds interesting, so I thought I'd take a look. So without further ado, let's get started. Excuse me, gentlemen. This is the estate of Professor Chatters, is it not? Oh. Indeed. We just arrived as well. The servant should be back out soon, milady. He'll see to letting you in. Don't wait up for us. I didn't expect to see this already. See what? This chit-chat were the words. You know, what those two fellows are engaging in right now. After you. I insist. All I see is a bit of discourse. Wordplay is common enough at social gatherings, if not entirely expected. Yes, but have you never seen Judge Boasting and Mr. McCall? I'm familiar with them, but we've never been formally introduced. Why? They continuously attempt to get the last word on each other. It's a pain to listen to. It's as if whomever speaks last gets a big prize, or some such thing. That's exactly the point, young sir. Try not to play ignorant. This is a rather large estate. Only the best for Professor Chatters. Care to come inside? What are the other two? If we wait for them, we'll be out here all evening, freezing our smiles off. Come along. He shut the door on us. And after inviting us in! Can you believe the nerve? Oddly enough, I can. Hopefully the exceptional Professor Chatters will have a bit more manners. You've never met with him either. I can't say that I have, but I couldn't refuse his invitation. This should be a fairly high-profile gathering, if I'm not mistaken. It'd be a great boost to my position in the Messinbo Corporation. Messinbo Corporation? Okay. Oh. It's due time we entered our host. Mr. McCall, after you. Very graceful of you, Mr. Boasting, but I insist you lead the way. I couldn't possibly, Mr. McCall. Mr. Boasting, you simply must allow me the pleasure of letting you go first. See what I mean? You are a bit ignorant, aren't you? I'm Whitney Gossip. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Seymour Seymour of Seymour House. A pleasure. What do you say we get inside before it gets much darker? Chapter 1. Hospitality, or He Who Scoffs Last Scoffs Best. So, this is Summer House, the estate of Professor Chatters. Of course. Why state the obvious? Should it be obvious? I've never stepped foot in here before. Good point. You certainly haven't. I don't let just anyone enter onto the property. You're a bit judgmental for a servant. Possibly Professor Chatters has strict guidelines for who can and cannot attend his little get-togethers. There are multitudes of dotty figures vying to tumble through that front door. Sometimes his guests have class, other times I must bite my tongue. Like now, for example. I don't suppose you're working here. You've worked here long with an attitude like that. I'm a professional, Mr. Seymour. I've been here quite some time, and I never forget a frumpy face. I'll be sure to add you both to my mental catalog of regular attendees. The others are up in this way. Follow me. Are you ready? I suppose. This isn't exactly my forte. No? You don't mingle often? My mother handled most of these engagements. Key topic, level 1. Learn key topics to unlock locked topics. She was the head of the Seymour house. I was a bit sheltered myself. Maybe you'll pick up on some of her skills. I can only hope. But maybe a glass of wine first. Movement. There's someone in there. Can I, Aha! I must... Looks like there's a transparent bottle tucked far behind the glass. Lock topic. Level unknown. Save spot? This ball on the bar is different from most of the others. Lock topic! Alright. Getting a lot of locked topics here. There are a lot of wines to choose from on the shelf. Locked topic! Are like these being... Hey look, it's Kitty! Are these like being added to an inventory or something? Huh. Wait, level 1. Alright. Tonight promises to be interesting. Quite a few new faces. Myself included?
Yeah.
Most certainly. You especially. And it's bothersome. I come to these parties for some real conversation, discussions, arguments, gossip. Honestly, miss. Gossip. Whitney Gossip. I know who you are. I'm being condescending. But as I was saying, Miss Gossip, was it? I don't think you have what it takes to hold your own here. You're serious. I am. Do you disagree? I most certainly do. Excellent. Oh, what? Oh. Move the cursor. The conversation cursor forward. Take the last word. What? Higher levels have a greater starting advantage. Whitney is 11 levels. Lower.
Yeah.
Enemy skills, common courtesy, piercing gaze, inflection, perfection, powerful vocabulary. Okay, it tells me what would happen. So let's go with subtle. Ooh, I lost. The last word. Level 1. Experience acquired 1. Stored experience 0. Next level 2. Alright. Well, it seems I've left you speechless.
Yeah.
Be a good girl and bring me a glass of that 20-year Blanc. It's just delicious. Come now, show some class. Don't leave a thirsty woman awaiting her evening nip. You can pour a glass of wine fairly well, at least. I commend you. Glassy slurp that is no way obnoxious. Simply divine. As you're no doubt aware, there's great power in the ability to get the last word in a conversation. In that brief moment of speechlessness, you are susceptible to my persuasive persuasions. It's a positively overwhelming feeling. It certainly is. You don't sound enthusiastic enough, and it bores me to no end. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to strike up a conversation elsewhere. Find the lock icon to progress the story. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So I don't have to progress the story, and I could if only if I talk to the locks. Okay, so let's explore. A lot of these books are historical. The Fall of the House of Gossip. I don't see what I could gain from reading such blather. Wait, what's her name again? Oh, I also got, like, everyone's names. Alright. This small section of books deals primarily with military history. Lock topic! This is an awkward statue. It's a stone mouth that says Seymour House. There's nothing but flavor text here. I'm curious, is this something? Nope. Fire! The crackle of a warm fire soothes me. Hey, I can sit in a chair. Oh, can I sit in this chair? Nope, only that one. What an odd design! Part copper, part rubber. Can I go in here? It's locked. Oh, is this something? This is a very nice painting of a landscape. There seems to be a lot of these around the estate. The artist signed as Vera. No topic? Locked. How about the bathroom? Well, there is someone in there, so... let's talk to this dude. No discussion with Ms. Prattle was subpar. Should a servant really have an opinion on how other people talk to one another? My fine lady, a servant should do as he's told and nothing more. The Seymour house is often overlooked these days. Any idea why Master Seymour was invited? Even stranger is why you worry about the Seymours. It seems to me that the former Gossip House is less likely to be invited. But there's a reason for everything. Sit back and enjoy the show. Experience acquired. Stored experience. Interesting. Alright.
No.
Not now, dear. I'm trying to strike up a conversation with this rather stubborn servant. I don't think servants are allowed to engage in these types of conversations. Don't you think I know that already? I have 5 servants of my own. But there's nothing quite as satisfying as when you goad the help into taking the bait. Oh, he's gonna own you, I'm betting. Alright, since we learned... Whoa, I guess I just started talking to him. I'm a little surprised seeing you talk with Miss Prattle like that. You mean just now? What of it? It's just, I don't know. It's like watching a fight. I didn't expect you to take part in it. Lock topic. Level 1, Seymour House. We've just met. Seymour, I don't know why you've already making expectations.
Hey.
You're right. I guess I'm still a little bit flustered. Like I said before, my mother usually handled these affairs. Looks like I have a lot to learn. Well, teach the basics. Let him handle himself. Let's teach the basics. Disruptive power, submissive tact, and aggressive movement. Common discourse can be summed up by saying that whomever gets the last word wins. To move the conversation forward in the direction you like, you need to carefully judge 3 types of phrases. They'll be simple. Let's start with a disruptive phrase. Alright. Let's go subtle. The disruptive phrase garnered a small amount of power in the conversation. The real effect, the discourse, we need tact. Now that we have some power, select a submissive phrase. But first, we'll give the opposition their turn. Submissive phrase, subtle. The submissive phrase reduced power, but it gained tact. This tact is needed to be aggressive, without losing face. We'll go ahead and say an aggressive phrase, and watch the conversation truly start to move. Common. The more pegs shown over composure, the more the conversation moves forward when using aggressive phrases. Composure is important. If someone has damaged composure, they become more susceptible to aggressive phrases. Or to be more clear, aggressive phrases move the conversation further if the listener has worse composure. Alright, tone wheel. It's basically the 3-point weakness system. Each phrase uses a tone. Damage composure by using a stronger tone. Once the speaker chooses a phrase, they also commit to a tone. The chosen tone is shown as a sharp shape below the person who used it. Balance phrase choices based on resources. Immediate effect on the conversation and tones to get the advantage. More information can be read at the save point. Alright, so right now a block composure would be best. Okay, I have to be disruptive. Let's be subtle. Okay, circle. Subtle again. Aggressive. Common. I'm still not fully getting it, but I'm getting closer. Oh, I get it. Subtle is circle, common is square, and over is the star? Is that right? Yeah, that's what it is, I think. Yep, that's what it is. Common. And victory. Your family will be proud. Gain experience, EXP, after Discourse. Experience is higher when winning than losing. Level up. Feel smarter? I suppose. Just try to remember the phrase Civilitatis, Civilitium? St. Lauden's motto. I never learned Latin. It's not Latin, it's complete gibberish to the finest degree, but everything has meaning. It works as a reminder that the civilized world isn't what you say that matters, but how you say it. Civilitas, civilititium. Our nation hasn't steered us wrong yet. I'll try to keep that in mind. Perhaps I'll start picking up on some of the finer points as I go along.
Oh,
And so I told the young lady that she could have my hat, only if she put down the revolver. Brilliant tale, Mr. Boasting. I'm sure that impoverished child you saved will never forget your deeds. Oh, he'd better not. Servant, when are we going to meet the professor? At breakneck speed, I assure you. Professor Chatters needs to finish setting up the equipment before the grand display. Newest invention is the next topic. And let's say you tell us what this new device of his is, eh? I've been sworn to secrecy, as I'm sure you'd expect, Judge Boasting, but your charm is noted. I encourage you all to mingle while we wait. The wine is out and corked. Enjoy it. It looks like we must wait a bit longer, Mr. McCall. It seems to be that way, Mr. Boasting. Care to grab a drink? I'd love to, Mr. McCall. After you. This is a small party. I expected a more varied crowd, didn't you? I guess I never thought about it, but maybe more people will arrive. The night's young. Key topics. Select a key topic and gossip with guests. Level up the topic to learn new ones. Shift. Okay, I have say more and newest invitation. Alright, let's go for newest invitation. Let's see, there should be like a clock or something near. Yep, okay, don't talk to him. Chatter. So this is what a party is like. You're not familiar with parties? Not really. I don't host any, and the Seymours haven't really been invited to any since I became the master of the Seymour house. Interesting. I suppose it explains why you're so shaky right now. Possibly, although I'm always a bit shaky. Gossip. I couldn't possibly guess what the professor brought us here for. Maybe we should ask around. Discourse? I still don't know what this means. Oh, okay. Let's go for another round. Neat. I could really use the practice. You don't sound like you're up for the challenge. Don't confuse my intense fear with a lack of enthusiasm. I am the master of the Seymour house after all. In title, certainly, but you should sound more like the servant of the Seymour house. Seymour, I thought we were engaging discourse. You can't give up prematurely. Try it again. Oh, I get it. Then what I meant to say was, I disagree! Okay, let's start with disruptive and go for a strong, subtle start. Ow! Sword right in my face. Nope. Back here. Go for a common. Ah, he's irritated. Okay. Let's go for an invert. Boom! He's now frustrated. Oh, I'm a little irritated now, though. Back to subtle. Boom! Interesting. Little common. Sorry, but gotta be a little vert here. Alright, I see your point. But I'm sorry, but I gotta be a little aggressive in my statement. Thank you for listening. And I'm sorry, but this argument is mine. Oh, did I increase his level? I hate to do this to you, but it has to be done. What do you think I should get for my trophy? Well, you look spiffy in a bow tie. I agree, but I would like more than a compliment. Yes, what I mean is that I happen to have one you should take. It's handy, if nothing else. Very thoughtful, Seymour. I think I'll take it. Earned a bow! Now keep practicing. You have some shaping up to do. I'll accept that challenge. Talk to the newest mechanical creation of the estate host, Professor Chatters. Okay, I've started all of that. Let's take a look at you. Gossip. I'm just as oblivious about this new experiment as you are. Professor has been known for his odd contraptions, but rarely does he hold a show. However, I expect his house to have a lot more sciencey. I expected his house to have a lot more sciencey things. Sciencing about. This is all beyond me.
No.
Gossip. This is the first time I've been to see the professor, and in fact, I'm not sure if anyone here has met him in person. All I really know about him is that he's a wily, inventive inventor. Luckily for us, his crazy devices aren't cluttering this fine lounge area. Chatter. This party is getting dreadfully boring. I have the urge to leave. Locked. Okay. Let's start talking to other people then.
Yeah.
Chatter's history? The noble professor is quite the mystery, even to McCall House. The professor has a rich and fine history of gentlemanry. At least, so I hear. He's rather reclusive. But he's quite brilliant. They say his inventions have been used in the front lines of this blasted war. Ah. Newest invention is just leveled up. Gossip. So, you've heard that the professor makes military devices. Interesting. Actually, now that I think of it, I remember my mother saying the Professor Chatters used to be a linguist for the military. Chatters history, level 2! Okay. Ah! Professor Chatters was a linguist? What a marvel! My husband is a linguist too. I wonder if it's possible that the professor's newest invention has to do with linguistics. Oh dear, my wrists are sweating at the thought. Actually, I think I may have heard about such a project in the news. Was it Professor Chatters, who was working on communication technology? Newest invention level 3! Can you imagine how the war would turn in our favor if our dear linguists had better gear? This has gone from drab to exciting. Okay, am I done talking to you about this topic?
No.
Nope! Imagine how much a grand linguistic device could aid us on the field. My hubby would come home in no time. Okay, that's gossip. Chatter. This party's getting dreadfully boring. I have the urge to leave. Oh, I have unlocked that. We haven't been here long. A woman of your position might find excitement in such a dull gathering, but we prattles have a much higher standing. I haven't been up to a party with so few people, and such little drama since I was a girl. There isn't even any music. Well, there's a nice little soundtrack going on. What about the wines? Do they meet your standards? The wines are surprisingly quite fine. That is except for the Ambleton. Ambleton? You can find a bottle of Ambleton in any cellar these days. On a whole, Chatters needs to work on his hosting skills. How he managed to maintain Chatters' house this way is beyond me. Although, when I think of it, he really hasn't hosted any other parties that I know of. Oh, special event, experience +2. Okay, I'm not going to discourse you yet, you're pretty powerful. Gossip? Word spreading that this great invention has some bearing on how we communicate simply riveting. Alright. I'm quite excited to see what the immaculate Professor Chatters has in store for us. Could it be another prototype for the war? They say his previous invention was purchased by the military almost immediately. Alright. Chatter. Boasting House is known mostly for politicians and judges, but most of us enlist early on. You won't find truer gentlemen. Because of our position, we've always been friendly with the McCalls. McCall House is, in case you didn't know, is mostly administrative. Every courtroom in St. Lauden has of least one boasting and one McCall. Ho ho! That means you're Judge Boasting, correct? Should I be calling you Your Honor? Absolutely not. Call me as you would any other civilian. I only go by my title in the courtroom. Fair enough. Okay. Okay, gossip with you. Rumors are spreading that the professor is building a communication device. Seems a little far-fetched, but we'll see soon. Okay, so you're done with that topic. And I haven't chatted with you yet. Good evening, Miss Gossip. Good evening, Mr. McCall. I see you and Mr. Boasting are settling in well. Yes, we have a sort of history. He's a master conversationalist, I find. Verbally, sparring with him works to my advantage. He allows me to keep up, I know, but one day I hope to have as much social experience under my belt as he does. That's a rather simple aspiration. I'd had no luck of aspirations thus far in life. Big or small, complex or simple. I have room for all of them. Alright. Okay, let's, nope, there we go. Let's go back to Seymour House. Oh, yes, the Seymour House. Unimportant by the standards of the last few years, but not without interesting details. I'm positive Miss Prattle would have something to say about the former head of the house, but I doubt she'll talk about it here. Maybe once the night progresses, the wine will loosen her tongue. Alright. Seymour House. Seymour House. It seems I should know more about it, but I'm drawing a blank.
No.
The Seymour House. I'm all too familiar. It's a rather lesser house. That odd man with the glasses is the youngest member, if I'm not mistaken. Not horribly mistaken, I mean. But I'd rather not talk about that lineage tonight. Okay. Gossip. There's not much to talk about, really. My mother was the head of the house, and now it's me. Okay, so Seymour House is pretty much a dead end right now. Unless I can get into the bathroom. Okay. Seymour House is done. Did I do newest invention on everyone? Yes. 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 And I'm pretty sure I had her too.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one is Chatter's History.
Yeah.
Okay, you're done. I haven't done you yet. The professor was a linguist. Intriguing! I bet Miss Prattle would have something to say about that particular nugget of gossip. So you're aware the professor used to be a linguist, eh? Oh ho, my word, this truly does excite me. I haven't had worthy discourse in years. A linguist like the professor is just what I need to test my merits. Alright, and Seymour? I know very little about Chatters himself. What I do know is that he's, well, I'll be more willing to talk about this after I've had a few drinks, I think. Sorry. Alright. Now we know that there's that, so a small section of books deals primarily with military history. Ah. Okay, so I do need more information before I can do any of that. But I think since the next thing I can do is probably progress the story, but we'll do that in the next episode. Remember, like, comment, Instagram, enjoy series. Can't talk today. Till then, stay classy, internet. Doodles!